This year, something different but familiar is rising: El Nino. But what exactly is El Nino? ENSO, or El Nino Southern Oscillation, is a climatological phenomenon occurring every 4 to 5 years. During normal conditions, strong easterly trade winds blow along the equator from Peru towards Indonesia. This initiates upwelling of cold, nutrient-rich water along the eastern equatorial Pacific, dropping sea surface temperatures, and warm air uplift around the western equatorial Pacific. Warmer water temperatures as well as increased storm formation and weather activity typically result. What we see as a whole are cooler, drier conditions along the east side of the Pacific and warmer, wetter conditions along the west. During an El Niño year, the trade winds weaken, producing a shift within the equatorial Pacific's atmospheric and oceanic circulations. Warmer water extends out along the equatorial Pacific, diminishing cold water upwelling, and storm activity shifts more eastward, enhancing rainfall along the east side. From here, we find more warm and wet conditions housed over the eastern Pacific and more warm and dry conditions in the west. So what outlook does El Niño have for California and Catalina Island this upcoming winter season? The biggest effect we will see is higher than normal precipitation, both in the form of rain and snow, especially up in the mountains. Increased susceptibility of natural disaster events, including landslides and mudslides. And alterations within terrestrial and marine ecosystems, including introduced species, northward migrations of tropical thriving marine life, and degradation to our natural marine animals and their habitats. There is no definite on how intense this year's El Niño will be, but only speculation based upon current trends. This year's event may surpass records held back in '97 and '98. As the fall season continues on and winter and spring begin to creep in, time will only tell what we will see from this year's El Niño and how it will change our oceans, including the waters around Simi.